If the dash splits, we don't need to get the whole dash out.
Yeah, you're just...
I'm being optimistic.
You are being very optimistic.
So this is our Aston Martin DB11, which myself and AMD Tuning actually went halves on. Now in the last episode, we actually took it apart and actually saw how much stuff was damaged. And there was a lot, but it wasn't as bad as we initially thought. But the main thing is the price of these parts. So it's actually been around about a week since we actually filmed the last video, and we managed to find a flood damaged DB11. So we've actually ordered everything. So the plan for today is actually have the front end back on the car. So let's stop messing around and let's get to it. So in the last episode, we actually already removed the hub. Now we actually managed to source a hub with the wheel bearing itself, so we're just going to replace the whole unit. Now they're actually only attached by 2 ball joints. Now the bottom ball joint is really easy because you've got the weight of the hub pushing down on the ball joint itself. Now here's a nice little trick to install the trap rod ends. And ball joints which face down like this can be a pain to get on. Now this is what's annoying about ball joints which go down, because you have to put the heavy thing up into the ball joint. We can't get the ball joint tight. Now these ones are okay because you can jack up on the bottom of that, it's going to push into the heavy thing. But ball joints go down, it just keeps spinning. Hey! Aha! Send it, Gaza. Oh, do you want me to hold it? There we go. There we go, well done, man. So the hubs were meant to come with this little steel insert, and the steel insert was on the trap rod and it was on the bottom hub, but obviously for some reason it must have, when they took this off the car, they must have left that little insert on the arm like we had to knock off. So that's why it wasn't going on properly. So luckily we kept, or we didn't cut this insert off because the new hub didn't come with it. So luckily we kept that. So now we're all on tight. So with the wheel bearing on and the hub on, we can actually start installing the massive brakes. So there's actually a tiny little bit of rust build-up on the disc because the car has been sat for so long. So need a little bit of persuasion to get the calipers on, but once it starts driving, the brake dust will clear that rust up in seconds. Now these calipers are very similar to a Brembo caliper. There's just 2 big hex bolts which goes through the back, and you can actually change the pads without removing the caliper. So this is all the hub and the brakes all in one back together. Look at the size of these bloody calipers. So we're getting there, so that's done. Let's get over to the front. So we're going to start from the back and go forward. So the last thing we actually took off was this coolant pipe, and this was one which went to the expansion bottle, and this was pinched. So we've got one of these. Again, we're going to install a spreadsheet at the end to show you exact cost of everything. Oh my god. So let's start on this, and then we can go back to the bumper frame, and then hopefully we'll have the front end back together today. Now the car actually came to us with a load of coolant pipes missing now. I did actually remove this one, so I know where this one went, but we're going to have some issues with the others. Now this is the bumper bar, and it holds literally everything. It holds all the radiators, all the oil coolers, all the hoses, and actually the bumper and the headlights as well. Now this was the part which actually took the most damage, and half of the things from the left hand side were totally missing. So the more we're putting it on, the more it's looking like something went here. But the car didn't come with anything here. On the other side you can see there's an oil cooler of some sort, and then there's nothing here, but there's definitely something that bolts here, unless there isn't something that bolts there, but it looks like there's definitely something that's meant to bolt there.
Go through the bits, because I did say anything in that corner we need. So there's a auxiliary pump goes there,
and we didn't have that either.
We didn't have that, and then this sort of naturally sits sort of here. So I reckon there's a rad or something sits there as well. Another rad to add to
the 10 rads we've already got. So the scariest thing about doing crash stuff is when you're putting stuff back on, does it all bolt up and do all the bolt holes line up? So far, so good. Now this is the front half of the bash bar, and these actually line up perfectly with the chassis legs. Well, we hope. Okay, now look at the state of that. That is disgusting, isn't it? So this is quite funny. So we were just going to put the crash sensor on this side of the support, and was like, oh, it's already got one. My instinct was like, throw that away, and was like, wait, It might be worth like 50 quid, that little sense that we don't need. So this is where me, being a northern bastard, is going to come in well, because we can actually skimp out on some of these tiny little parts. This is a Mercedes. Naughty. Actually, I am going to type in this part number on eBay right now and see how much this crash sensor potentially might get us back from this 5-figure bill. Let's type in this part number, see what we've got. 8213905. 35 quid. Take care of the pennies and the pounds to take care of themselves.
To successfully bolting up the front half of the bash bar, we can actually start putting the radiators on and figuring out where the hell all these coolant pipes go to.
The bloody weight of this, no wonder everything else is bloody alley. It's like 40 kilos, seriously. Oh my god!
After changing the aircon lines over, we can actually start putting the rad pack in the car. So the radiator just sits in the two little locator rubber brackets at the bottom, and then we just try to find the hoses and see where they go and where they genuinely want to sit.
Right, so we've got that radiator.
Yep.
It was in the bits.
It was in the box of bits.
Lovely. So that'll go there. So this is cool. So the place we've got the parts from, they include this little thing, and it says what it is and whereabouts it's located. Auxiliary water pump located in the rad housing.
Right, so
I don't know if that is in the rad housing, because it's technically not, but it's okay. I've had worse instructions from people. So we've got the pump here with this line which goes. Oh, wait. It's not go the other way around. No, it can't go the other way around.
No. So I wonder, that one must go.
Where the bloody hell's this one then? Back to the drawing board.
Now, kind of just forgetting about that for a minute, that's in a 2-hour job. We're actually going to put the rest of the bash bar on to make sure, triple check that everything's straight and everything lines up.
And it lines up. I'm going to use that in a minute. Sick of using these hand tools like some kind of peasant. I need to buy one of them guns, the little one.
I'm donating.
He's donating the little snap-on one to me.
I'm donating my toolbox.
The whole toolbox to me. Not sure why, but I'll take it. There's no questions here, no life.
After finding a little radiator at the side, I'm guessing it's auxiliary radiator number 11. We can install that, and then probably some more issues trying to find some more bloody pipes.
So we've got some kind of cooler here. It bolts up nicely, but we have no idea where the lines are meant to go, because there's two hoses here, and there's A, no hoses missing around here, and there's B, no other empty connections. So unless we're missing 2 hoses and it goes into this kind of bit here, then we're a little bit lost as to where the hell these go.
But again, we're going to leave that for a different time, and we're going to actually install the bonnet hinges. And to give myself a little bit of hope, I installed one of the headlights, one of the £2,700 headlights.
Oh, what happened to yours? Took it back off again. Got to reboot the loom. This is why I'm worried about putting the headlight on now. But cheeky cinematic. So the next job we've got to do is tackle this inner airbag. We're going to leave the front as is right now, because I feel like if we start putting the bumper on and we start fully putting everything back together, it's going to be hard to put those 2 coolant lines on where we find out where they actually go. So we need to actually tackle this inner airbag. As you know, this side airbag has exploded, which is not ideal. We're still not fully sure what we're going to do with the dash checks. Obviously we need to fix the dash where it's been ripped. I'm not sure what the plan is for that, but what we need to do is we need to actually change the airbag. So we need to get the airbag out, and this is a new airbag. So we've got a new airbag, a new dash airbag. Now apparently they bolt in from underneath, so I've got to take off all the lower dash and crawl in there, and I've been given this job because I'm the skinny. So this is the exploded airbag, and you can see it's just ripped through the dash. I've actually never really seen an airbag go off, or had one go off on me, until I got off the ferry coming back from True Rally, coming from the Nürburgring a couple months ago, and there was a van in front of us, and he must have gone to the back of someone, and like all of a sudden
the smoke that came out of the car, just, he opened the door and he was stumbling like he'd been like knocked unconscious, and the smoke just went woof, and it stunk. So the power of these things is honestly insane. Well, as you can see, it rips through a bloody leather dash. So anyway, we need to replace this. So to get to there underneath, we've got to take all of this out, and I don't know how bad it's going to be and how far it's going to go, but I'm just going to start undoing some bolts and see how I get on. So I don't even want to know how many nuts and bolts and screws and pieces I am down. A lot. I'm a lot of pieces down, and I'm still nowhere near getting this out. So the airbag is right up there. You can actually just see one of the bolts there. I think that is one of the bolts, I'm not sure. There's basically 7 of them, and I can probably see 3. So this blow motor is going to have to come out, because the airbag is not going to come out. In 2 situations, either this blow motor has got to fully come out and drop the airbag down the bottom, or if you manage to get the nuts off up there, you might be able to angle it and get it out the top. Don't think you're going to be able to, because it bolts from the bottom. So, but my main worry is that you actually can't see 3 of the bolts because they're literally behind this. You can't see them from this side, you can't see them from the bottom, and you can't see them from that way. So they're literally just tucked behind this big dash panel here. And I still have no idea if I'm even going to be able to get to them with the blow motor out. But I know for a fact to get most of them, I'm going to have to get this blow motor out. And now I've got to take off everything in the way of the blow motor, which is everything. So initially we just wanted to change the airbag, just get that changed while the dash was still in, and then go over our options to see what we're going to do about obviously repairing the dash or whatever. But I cannot see any way that this airbag is going to come out with the dash in the car. You can't see the bolts. You can see maybe 2 of them, 3 of them, but there's 7, and you can't even see the other ones, never mind get anything on them or touch them or even get a spanner on them. It's just not going to work. If you could remove the blower motor, you could probably get it out, but the blower motor is all one unit from this side going into the center dash as well. I've tried to just find bolts to get it out. There's 1 bolt here, just no way. The whole plastic blow motor is all one unit through the whole dash, so there's no way you're going to get this blow motor out without taking the whole dash out. Just messaged Chris Slicks because he's had one of these and he's just replied. I just said, you know, by any chance, you know, if you can get the airbags out without the dash. And he's just didn't pop in my phone. He said not on then, so we're gonna have to take the whole dash out. I'm not gonna lie, this is terrifying because half the things are on clips and half the things are on bolts. So the worst thing I want to do is pull one of the things that's on bolts, snap the damn thing. Well, the plan is, there is no plan. Just take off bolts which look like it's bolted to the dash, pull some things that look like they're meant to be pulled, and then hopefully by the end of the day we'll have a dash out of the car. So you go to the point where you can't see any more bolts, and then we've pulled something, so now there's another bolt. So hopefully this bolt, and then there's some more bolts, hopefully some more bolts, and then hopefully things start coming off in pieces. This feels like it's gonna probably come off when these bolts are off. So let's get these ones, because realistically, if the dash splits, we don't need to get the whole dash out.
Yeah, you're just...
I'm being optimistic.
You are being very optimistic. very.
Which is weird, because normally I'm the most pessimistic, miserable bastard ever. Now to get these 2 side pieces off, you've got to pop this little bit off here, and there's a cover this little bit here, and there's a bolt under here that will allow these 2 to slide out. And then once those are off, I'm hoping that these white ones along the side here are the only thing holding this main center panel in. So when one of these are off the side, we can send it off. Don't know how long I've been doing this for now. Right, I think I've got it. I give it a bit of a wiggle. Yes! Yes!
Yes! Oh my god. Right, now I've just got to take all the wiring off. Oh my god. Oh, right, get all the wiring off. And then we're still nowhere pretty much near to having the dash off because we've still got to deal with all that because I've just seen it's all one piece. Oh my god!
Should be a wire, there's loads of wires there, Lee. Got to take them wires off, right?
Yeah.
So pop them off and they'll come out.
What do you think, Gaza?
Oh, off my hands.
Cut you all out.
Oh, it cuts it. Yeah, it's out.
Peace out.
After a day's work.
Literally a day's work. A full day's work. Just to get this stupid airbag out.
What a nightmare.
The annoying thing is it actually did come through the top, but there is no way you would have got them bolts with that dash bolted in.
No, it's got to come, you've got to get underneath the dash.
Yeah.
And that comes out the top, you've got to get it back in that way as well.
Yeah, we've got to, and we've got to, even just trying to unbolt the bolts. I'm going for a beer, so thanks for watching. See you in the next video.